is, I want this to be beneficial for you, the coaches, not just your sons or daughters. And that's very important to me. I want this to be a great experience for you, that you'll get something out of it. And that's why we want to try and provide you resources. I know Roland's always available. Jason, we're building you a cubicle at the office. Seriously, if you guys want to come in, sit down with Roland, you want to, hey Roland, tonight I want to work on breakouts of my practice, he'll sit there with you, and that's one of the great features of being involved with our group. So anyways, he's been a great addition to our team, and so Roland, they're all yours. I'll see you go.
So yeah, you made me feel a little bit old. Serge was one of my students way back, and now he's one of our colleagues here. I got these in November.
You want to look like me?
And somebody told me that I look more intelligent, and if I'd have known that, I would have put them on like 30 years ago. And things do change, right? And we were talking just earlier how the game has changed, how it's fun to be a defenseman now compared to maybe Charlie's time where they asked them, shoot the puck out, shoot the puck in. But it's changing constantly, right? And so the X and O's, like, they're changing constantly. And I watch Serge a lot, and I learn a lot from Serge too, and keywords, you know, teaching with the keywords and all that good stuff. So we all love doing the X and O's, and we can talk about that like hours in time. And the other day I was talking with Sean McKenzie, who was at our office, and Sean is a partner with us in Halifax. He's the technical director for Bedford Minor Hockey, and Sean coached with the Mooseheads when I was with the Wildcats, so I know him from a long time. And the whole time he was in our office, we barely talked X and O's, but we talked about everything else outside the X and O's. So that's why that gave me the idea of doing this presentation today, coaching outside the X and O's. And I know Dave was part of the conversation too there when Sean was there. And one thing he was saying is, you know, when we ask the kids or ask you, who's your favorite teacher, you'll think of somebody right away, right? Or your favorite coach, think of somebody right away. I do not. My favorite teacher is not because he taught me 2 + 2. I have no idea. I have an idea why he's my favorite teacher, but it has nothing to do with the thing he was teaching. It had nothing to do with the X and O's. I remember my favorite coach and had nothing to do with X and O's, or my mentor, right? And same thing for you. The kids are not going to remember you because you had a great power play. They're not, you know. So they're going to remember you because you cared for them, because you believed in them, because you gave them confidence, because you boosted their self-esteem, because you challenged them, you know, you cared, right? That's why they'll remember you. So, but we all love the X and O's, and I know we have to do them, and we're going to do them, and you know. But we're going to today. I wanted to do that with you. So the first one we had is. Oh, the other way. So setting goals outside of winning is. Talked about there's going to be one team that's going to win this year. There's only one. Go to a tournament. There's 16 teams. There's one that has the banner. The other 15 are losers, right? If we're just setting goals on winning and losing. Michelle said the other minute ago, it's fun winning. I get that. It's fun winning, right? So we're trying to set goals outside of winning and losing. Because I believe if we accomplish our goals outside of winning and losing, you're going to win more than you're going to lose. Talked about that with Dave before Dave's presentation. He went from winning the Memorial Cup last year to winning 13 games this year.
8 Rolands.
Oh, sorry.
Worse than that. You made me feel good for a minute.
I'm trying to build your self-esteem.
Thanks.
So, but he still had to coach. He still had to coach his kids. And we had many conversations on that this year. And I said, Dave, see how different. But you can't quit on them. So you got to find ways to do whatever you want to do. So one thing we talked about is, you know, instead of, because there was a fat chance that they're going to start the game, or they're going to finish the game losing. They only won 8, right? So you can't go say, okay, let's go in there and win. But you can't go say there, okay, let's go and lose. But now, and I think the coach did that at one point, we're going to win more 5-minute blocks than we're going to lose. so they can focus on 5 minutes. This 5 minute we won, or we're tied. That one we lost, this one we won, this one we lost. Might have lost the game, but maybe we can win more blocks, you know? So we're trying to set some goals, and we can't give up on them, right? So it has nothing to do. So let's try to set some goals outside of that. And I give you some examples, like I want everybody to improve, okay? I want to improve their self-esteem. I want them to be disciplined on and off the ice. I want to make them a better person. That's my objective with this group, right? I think if you do that, you're going to have more wins than losses, I believe, right? But at least we're setting goals outside the X and O's. Make sense? So, how to do that? Create a positive environment, right? And I'm just giving examples. You have more than that, for example. I gave, like, have a slogan that you can refer to. Like 2 years ago, I was helping out with the Pee Wee AAA team and the Hawks in town, and we started this, find a way. So when it was going, like, let's say bad call from the referee, two bad calls in a row in a referee, we're killing penalty. Instead of, you know, yapping and complaining about the referee, is just turn around and say, okay, let's find a way. Let's find a way. You know, at certain moments, that was our slogan. They knew what it meant. Okay, yeah, referees against us today, but instead of turning it into a negative, we're going to turn it into a positive. We're going to find a way to kill the penalty to move on. So we had that slogan. Actually, I got this from the Batham team on Monday, because they're going to provincials on the weekend, and they have a wristband called "Whatever It Takes." That's their slogan. That's one they're referring to this year. So what we do is that not just a slogan to say a slogan, it means something, and you explain that to your team, right? Beginning of the year, we're gonna have a slogan. What slogan can we have when we're down and out, when we're not focused anymore, or we're not disciplined, or we're not listening, or we're not What is a slogan we can use? Well, we had find a way. Team first. We're going to put the team first. So, it's a negative situation. Hey, team first. Team first. What is it, Johnny? Team first. What does that mean to them? It means, okay, let's refocus. Let's go back to our, you know, so it's creating a positive environment instead of a negative environment. So, fun atmosphere. So, have fun with the starting lineup. You've probably seen some videos on Facebook or YouTube of they had a special guest the other day. Somebody was a pro, went into the dressing room, and he gave out the starting lineup. And teams do it in different ways, do it fun ways. You know, it can be comical. It can be a player doing it, right? And then today it's going to be Serge, tomorrow it's going to be Dave, the next game is going to be Jason. You're calling out the starting lineup, right? And you do it different ways. You create a fun atmosphere. Provide, some of you guys do that, the WWF belt, you know? Give it out to not just the best player, but to the, what?
Can't say that, bro.
WWE Worldwide.
Oh, sorry, I don't watch wrestling.
You don't watch wildlife either.
You don't watch what?
Wildlife.
World Wildlife.
You'll be all right.
Sorry. You guys do that, the hard hat to the hardest worker. The Badams, they do a pink socks, so competition. So last Monday, the one they did on last Monday was a breakaway. The last one to score they do breakaways though, whatever. The next practice have to wear a pink socks until he's dethroned, right? And they do it in a fun way, and it's whatever. So they have that. If they also have, if they're late, if a player's late, he gets the pink socks until somebody else frigs up. You know what I mean? It's just not a punishment, but it's okay, I don't want the pink socks type of thing, right? They do that with their fun competition. They have group practice, some kind. Some do a Gatorade cup. So somebody wins a bottle of Gatorade, Luke does something like that too.
We do bubblegum.
Bubblegum, right?
Yeah.
So what is it, game,
Just a 3-on-3 small zone, and then the winning team in the end gets bubblegum and make sure the losing team doesn't get it. And we're starting to finally get it. They used to always get it.
so Skittle competition, same thing, some do give Skittles, you know, something like that, just a fun competition, and it makes it, we're not talking about systems, we're not talking about anything, it's a fun competition, and it's,
Being.
caring, that's probably the biggest one, right? Show them that you care, you can get them to do anything you want. Show them that you care, you can ask them to back check or forecheck. Show them that you care, and they'll try to do better next time, right? How to do that? I've learned this one way back. This was like high school days. Paul McKee, I remember Paul. For one reason, he would greet the kids when they came in, and he would be the last one to leave. And he would greet them in and would greet them out. It could be, how you doing? How was your day today? How's school? Talked about anything but hockey, right? And that I've always kept. I've always done, and that's like 30 years ago. Just an easy way to do that means he cares. He's there. He's greeting me. How you doing? How was your day? You know, he cares about me, right? When he leaves, good practice. We'll see you next time. Good job. Whatever. You know, gotta work harder next time. But you know, let's have a good day at school too. Be good to your teacher. Whatever. You know, that to me, he cares, right? Ask them about their day outside of hockey. Be curious about things that interest them. Heard you went to a chess tournament last weekend. How did you do? Or how you know, had fun? Like, you know, oh geez, he cares. You know, chess, you know, or whatever. It has nothing. What? Fortnite. They educated me on Fortnite. I had no idea what Fortnite was. And somebody told me that he noticed that his kid at 2 o'clock in the morning was getting up to play Fortnite. He was 8 years old. So then they put that lock. I think you can put a lock on, right? So, you know, so I guess you guys have to compete against that. We didn't have Fortnite when I was coaching, so. That's a competition, right?
94.
The thing is this, we talked about that earlier, right? So do you fight that? Do you fight that they're playing Fortnite? Or do you try to get them with Fortnite, right? Meaning, don't try to fight the phone. It's here, it exists, it's gonna exist, it always will be here. You know, don't fight that. Actually, Dave got me into this gentleman called Gary Vaynerchuk. Vaynerchuk. Call him Gary V. Just Google that. He's got like millions of posts, all kinds of stuff. And one thing he says is, yeah, kids are not like they used to be, like I just told you, right? Like kids change, yeah. And they say, well, kids don't communicate anymore. You know, that video that Dave showed where they're in the dressing room. And he says the opposite. They communicate more now than we ever communicated. And think about it. When we were young, let's say you're a single child, you come back from school, you go outside to play. You're not communicating with anybody. You're alone. Or you're playing with your buddy next door. You're 2. Now they come home, they communicate with like 100,000 people, but a different way. They do communicate, but a different way. The kids change. They're not like we used to be way back. I said that for Serge Bourgeois in 1992. We don't have the same kids we used to have. And I promised my assistant coach that if ever I say that again, I want you to slap me. Because yes, it's true, we do not have the same kids that we used to. Now we need to find a way to communicate with them in a different way. So, but one thing I always notice is if you care about them, it gets easier to communicate with them, I find. One-on-ones. One-on-ones could be official one-on-ones, no? But one-on-ones could be just, how was your day today? How, you know, how's the mom doing? How's, I heard your sister was sick. How's that? That stuff happened. Those one-on-ones, right? I remember way back, and I was coaching Serge and them, we had made a plan with our assistant coaches, were 4 of us, goalie coach, that we made sure that you have that first, you have that line, you'll have that line, you'll have that line, I'll have the Ds, you'll have the goalies. Every practice. So those three that I was responsible, we had to one-on-one with them, some kind of way. Didn't have to be meetings 15 minutes. It could be after practice, it could be on the ice, it could be, anyway. And we rotated that. We kind of made a plan to make sure we touch every kid every time. And it can be 15 seconds, 20 seconds, it could be a minute, it can be 2 minutes, right? I was a bit cuckoo. I didn't have any kids and I didn't have any life besides hockey, so we had that, right? But it just, you get so used to it that you just make sure that you're doing one-on-ones. And I loved it when in Dave's video, when Dave mentioned also, sometimes we're always happy or fast to tell them something. What about asking them? Yeah, how you feeling? Feeling good today? Yeah? How was your game today? You know, instead of, geez, like, didn't play well today. You know, that pass on the boards there, blah, 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 right? We're fast to do that, but we're not quick to, you know, ask them how they're doing, how they feel. Their perception might not be the same, right? Coach without the remote control. I will not go through the presentation, but I just wanted to tell you, especially the new coaches, in your book, this, I guess, presentation we did, I think 2 years ago.
It's still online too.
Yeah, it's still online, but it's in the book, Coaching Without Remote Control. I believe in it, I like it, and Serge talked about it, and Dave talked about it in his presentation too. It's no yelling from the bench. It's providing construction feedback and praise with facts. I can say good job, good job, good job, good job, good job, good job 15 million times, and the kid is like, okay, good job, I like it. Nothing wrong with saying good job, but good job what? Good job what? Good F1, Jimmy. I love that F1, you know, or whatever you're talking about. I love that toe drag you did there. Good job with that toe drag. Bringing it close to your skates. You're doing some teaching, you're doing some correcting, and, you know, but it's specific. So the kids, geez, he's really watching. Like, you know, he really cares about, you know, what I do and how I do it and when I do it well. So imagine if you get praise, job, Roland, you know, I want it again. So I'm going to do it again because I want it again. That good thing I did, I'm going to do it again because I really like that. I like that praise, right? So sometimes we do it, we'll do it, yeah, good job, guys, good job, good job. Good job what? You know, so I call that praise with facts. Use common principles to praise and make corrections. Use principles to teach. That's exactly what Serge was talking about, right? So, principles. Stick. His kid, though, when he comes to the bench, because he's his own kid, though, he knows about the stick. Serge has told him as a coach, he's told him as a parent, he knows about the stick. So when he comes to he just has to look at Cedric and say, stick, I got it. You know, either the stick was there, the stick was not in front of him when he pivoted, the stick was maybe there, or whatever, you know. So you coach with principles, you coach with keywords, etc., etc. The whole thing is in here. I truly believe in that, because we cannot be doing, well, if the puck is there, you got to be there, but if the puck is there, you got to be there. There's like 100 million scenarios in a game, and it happens this way. So how do you correct that? How do you give feedback with that? But if you have principles, I'll give you one example. When we do not have the puck, we're inside the dots. When we have the puck, we try to move it outside the dots. Easy principle. Comes back to the bench. Hey, Johnny, when you were there, we didn't have, the other team had the puck. Where were you? Oh, that's right. I was against the boards. I should have been inside the dots. I'm just giving you an example like that. But there's plenty of examples for everything you do. Breakouts, forecheck, whatever. It helps with the whole self-esteem, building their self-esteem, etc., because you're using some principles, you're using some concrete stuff, and you didn't work hard. What does that mean, don't work hard? How do you measure that? You're not working hard. I don't know, how do you measure that?
The amount of sweat, Roland. The amount of sweat.
Okay. But I sweat. I was sweating like a dog when I brought these books up here today. And it's not because I worked hard, it's because I'm out of shape. And, but, no, truly, like, how do we measure work hard? We didn't work hard today. I don't know, I'm just asking, I don't want an answer, but I'm just saying, think about it. How do you measure that? How do you correct that? How do you say, today you worked hard, and yesterday you didn't work hard? I don't know. Find the principles that measure that, or that it's obvious. I don't know, you're always second to the puck. I don't know. That could be a measurement, right? Were you first on the puck, or was you second on the puck? You started there, but the other guy got the puck first. Maybe a lack of effort. Well, it can measure that, right? Oh, good job there, first on the puck, good effort. So using principles to teach and to make corrections and to give feedback, right? Now, talking about, I had a conversation with another coach last week, actually, and he said, Roland, I think he's coaching Adam this year in their spring, and he said, I think I'm going to do flow drills with them. They're at that age. I said, okay, yeah. And you know how I feel about flow drills. I don't like it. Okay, so but I didn't want to tell him like that, right? So it gave me the idea. I'm going to add to my presentation today. Insert game situations in your flow drill, because we all love to do it, right? Right? Breakouts where it's all controlled breakouts. But every time I look at it in the game, I never see it. I see it at the pro level, I see it at university level, I see it at that level. But I never see novice, Adam, Pee-wee, Bantam, this lovely, you know what I'm talking about. The guys are curling like this. Deep comes out. Try to find that in a Pee-wee game or an Adam game or a novice game this spring. It won't happen a lot, right? But some parts of that might happen in game situations like that. So, but we love to do this. We love to do the flow, coming down, breakout, take a shot, you know. And we're always. I remember someone saying to me again, "Oh, I want to work breakouts with my team." I get that. I understand that part. Let's try to make it in the game situation now. Let's practice it game situation. Let's use Serge's skills and let's make it game situation. One way to do it is to build on the drill with the same format. We talked about that, I think it was a couple of years ago, or was it last year? So that's this sheet here. That's this, I'll go down to this one here. It's this sheet here, right? I won't go over it all again, but I want to see how you can, Serge mentioned it when he was doing his drill, his skill, to keep building and building and building, and it becomes the game situation. And it accomplishes the same thing you want it to accomplish. So that's one of them. So I'll go back to that one. Oh, so Bill, okay, so being, skating, passing, shooting, screens, deflections, cycling, battles, okay? We can all do it, accomplish all of that, and build and build and build and build on that, and it looks like a game. It looks in a game situation, right? She also talked about in her video earlier what Dave had, I liked it a lot when she said, create some chaos, right? Because we have them in a robot. They're all robots. But that's not how the game is played, right? So let's create some chaos. So skating, you can go open pivots, turns, starts, stops, passing, wide, middle, chip pass, cycle pass, dump pass, with partner, two trailer, shooting, in stride, one timer, one touch, from points, screen, deflections, cycles, and battle, all in the same drill. All in the same format, right? This is one example that you have with you. That's the one I gave you there. So in there we talk about 1 on zeros, 1 on 1, 2 on 0, 2 on 1, whatever. Last week, I did this exact one that I'm going to talk about here with novice house league, which Charlie referred to with another association that might not have gone as well as I expected, but we had to tone it down, right? We did it with the Bantam Majors last Monday, the same one. And I did it with every group in between. This exactly one. And Serge is right. Serge once, this actually is Serge that had shown me this one. And then I went home and I started building on it, and building on it, and building on it, and building on it, and building on it. And you know what? It's more fun too. It's fun for everybody that's involved, and it's fun for you too, right? And you can still do your teaching, corrections, and all that. So, I want to go to this, and then we'll go to the drills. So this one said, so my conversation with the coach last week was, I want to do flow drills. Okay, let's do flow drills. He wants to do 2-on-1s, goes to the boards, explain me what he wants to, perfect, right on. Okay, how can we add to this now? Because that flow of thing that you did, look, might happen once in a game, but the other stuff is going to happen a lot, right? So finish the 2-on-1 with a screenshot, cycle, battle. So I think his drill was something like this. Oh, that's
Really? Did you think that?
It doesn't erase.
I'm supposed to be your assistant, but
So let's say this, okay?
sir, you're gonna have to be his white boy.
So what happened is he wanted to do this, right? So he's gonna regroup with this guy, regroup with this guy, and then attack 2-on-1. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna finish with what? Attack 2-on-1. Coach gonna be here with some pucks. He's gonna take a shot. So there's a D, 2 forwards screening. Then he's going to dump the puck here. The 2 forwards are going to grab the puck first, or try to. If not, if the D gets it first, he needs to skate and out. He's got to skate out to the ring it line and out. If the forward gets it, we're going to try to cycle it down. He's going to pick it up, try to cycle it with the D, take a shot. Right? Then the coach is going to take another shot. There are going to be 3 guys boxing out and all that. Well, to me, that's a game situation, right? There's a lot of stuff happening. Right? So, finish with a lot of stuff. So, his regroup, go short, go wide, go to the middle, like a regroup. 3 versus 1, 3 versus 2, add shot. This board does not erase. They're making fun of me, Dave.
You know, because I tested
That's
it
what's
and
happening.
figured it wouldn't erase.
It does not erase.
We have a solution
They
though.
find-
Just Roland only gave us
You
a
have it
week
on
to
your
prepare,
system.
so.
My assistant, Vanna White here, will be wiping the board. So we got that out of our system. So, so almost every drill that I do as a team, when I'm coaching a team, will finish with stuff, battles, 1-on-1, shots from the point, deflections, rebounds, all that stuff, but this one too, because we keep forgetting about the goalie. So what I like to do is, where the ringette line is, coach, your assistant coaches, here. Because here I find it's a good spot. They don't bother if you're doing cycling, if they're doing something, they're not in the way. So whatever drill you're doing, when it's done, then the coach comes out and takes a shot. So the goalie's battling for his, like we mentioned, taking the goalie out of his comfort zone, you know, so he's doing a save, then he's got to look for the assistant coach because he's coming in for a shot. A lot of times I'll ask the assistant coach to shoot far out, so it gives him a chance to slide, to recover, and all that good stuff. Keeps the goalie engaged, keeps the goalie battling. So, so that also works, because sometimes it can be boring for the goalie. If we're doing breakouts and attack, there's one shot, it's finished, they're all over. But if you do all that stuff, which I'll show you later on something, like Monday night, the goalies were there, they were toasted. Now Dave will give me shit because they didn't give him enough time to recover, blah, 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 blah.
Hey, you're the one talking about game situation. I don't know.
I'm saying, they battled. So that time
It's
for
a
me,
skill.
for that drill, they battled. Had nothing to do with technique or whatever, just like you mentioned, stop the puck sometimes, right? So maybe the technique was not great, but at least they battled, you know, they fought. So having that assistant coach, because you always have 3-4 guys on some drills, if they're not involved, always get them to finish with shots. When I was helping out with the PE AAA team, I was doing that on every drill. Coach was running his thing, I was coming in with shots, taking extra shots on the goalies. And it didn't bother the drill, the flow, the whole practice, it just gave, you know, the goalie more focus and worked. So that's what we did there. So that's the sheet I was talking to you about, right? That's the one in there, but this is the one I would like to talk about more. You want to put the lights up, Sarge, back on everything? So I'm going to finish with this one here. So, like the one that you have there, this one here, before the practice, I said the purpose of this practice today is to work on passing. Okay? So we're going to have all kinds of passes, different situation passing, but it's a practice where we're going to focus on passing. I don't tell them we're going to focus on deflections and all that stuff, but there's going to be a ton of that stuff, right? So again, did it from novice to baton, the same thing. Some of them had to adjust, not as deep or not as advanced, but you can do it at all your levels, okay? So for example, we had one line here, the O's and the X's. So building on formats I talk about, but here it's a passing practice I want to focus on. So on the whistle, the O's leave with the puck. They got to skate first, so feet first. We always talk about feet first, then pass. Feet first, then shoot. Feet first, do something else, right? So we put the emphasis on that. Feet first, pass the puck. So here, you got to skate to the red line, pass. Now, with the batting team, they had to pass twice. So feet first, pass, give it back, pass it again, go across the red line, open pivot. Serge was talking about open facing the passer all the time. That's part of the skating. Gives him the puck, he comes in, takes a shot, stays there. Gotta stay there. Next whistle, so the same thing's happening here, right? Skate, pass, 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 open up, come on in, take a shot, stop here. So what are we talking here? When you take a shot, you stop in front of the net. You don't do this. I had to stop the batting group a couple of times and say, oh, we're supposed to stop in front of the net. We're not supposed to stop behind the net, right? So we can do some corrections. But it was passing. We're working on passing today, right? So pass, take shot, stop. So the next one, it's going to be the X, right? You're going to go up, pass, pass, curl, come on in. Now this guy's there. He's doing what? Rebounds. So you want to take that shot knowing that he's there. Give him a rebound. Yeah? If you shoot short here, is he going to get a rebound? No. You can start talking about taking the shot. You know, guys coming down with you, he's there, take it far post. You can do that if you want to, or you can't. Just there, be ready for the rebound. Stop in front of the net. So this format, then we're going to go all kinds of stuff. We're going to put one O here, one X here, same thing in this corner here. Oh, you're going to be busy with your... So you're going down here, you get the puck again, right? You got to give it to O, you drive the net, pass again, shot. So a different pass. A pass coming from the corner, again, talk about where the puck is going to be. And I saw Serge do a session in his skill session talking exactly about that. If I'm a left shot and I'm coming down to the net, well, don't pass it to me there. I can't shoot it like that. Pass it to me here, so I'm ready to shoot it like that. That's a lesson you can teach with the, that's a skill, right? So the skill, where to pass the puck. I'm a left shot. If I'm a right shot, it's different. Then you can pass it here. I can take a shot. So all kinds of stuff like that you can do with this, right? So you keep going like that. So now, pass, pass. Now, once he's finished his shot, he goes here. This guy goes here, right? But there's a guy here for the rebounds, right? So once they rebounds, right? So then after that, he goes in the corner there, sorry. So he stays in front of the net. So when the other group comes around, pass, pass, take a shot, he's there, right? And he goes here, and keep going. Okay, so this is, we're talking a lot of passing, but we're talking about a lot of stuff too, right? So, pass to the corner, then we're going to add to this, or keep adding. Now we're coach, shot from the point, and deflection, front of the net, all that good stuff. Being not too close to the goalie because you're going to deflect, turn for the rebounds, all with that one, right? So he's going to draw my X and O's too. Right.
A real venom.
That's a real good assistant.
This is advanced technology. You should almost have the diapositive.
Yeah. So, okay, so now, what was the next one? Oh, the coach. So coach is here now with pucks, your assistant, right? So now they're gonna do the same thing, feet first, pass, you can do 2 passes, just one, open up, pass, drive. Now he's gonna take a shot. Right, so you gotta be ready in front of the net, so you start talking about the wiper, and whatever, the way you want them to deflect. He takes the puck. You can add to this, you can dump the puck, he's gotta go retrieve and attack the net again. You can do all kinds of way you want, right, to that. Then we're gonna add the chip pass, for example. So he's gonna come out, talk about passing again. So, no, sorry, we're gonna do it 2 guys. We're gonna leave 2 guys now, right? So we're gonna need 2 guys. This is what's gonna happen. We're gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna turn in outside, but this guy's gonna turn inside. Right? So this guy can start with the puck. Pass, whatever, pass, but he goes here. So he drives wide, drives the middle, pass, shot. What is he gonna do? Take a shot, right? They're gonna be what? Deflecting, right? Now he's gonna dump the puck to the corner. What are they gonna do? Pick it up, cycle down, another pass. That's a pass, right? That's how the kids, it's a pass. Cycle, you have no idea. You're gonna make a pass to your partner, but you're gonna make it off the boards, so it's easy for him to get it. You're gonna attack the net, oh, another pass. Make sure he can shoot the puck when you pass it. We're teaching that too, right? Then, to finish it all, you're gonna dump another puck in the corner. Those 2 now, they're not playing together, they're playing against each other. But they both want to score, but they both want to stop the other one from scoring. So this guy's going to pick up the puck, and then he's going to play the body, and then you're going to start talking about body position, not blocking off. You know what I mean? You get the puck, you attack the net with pressure. Game situation. Imagine you have 17 players on your team, 2 goalies, 15. Once they finish that, no, you don't have to do conditioning. They've done, and they're not just standing. It's going. Because both groups are going, right? So now we're gonna go. So now we're gonna have a different two guys going. Now this time it's gonna be a trailer pass. We're gonna add a trailer pass, right? So the guy that's in front. So I go up, pass, curl. He gives me the puck. Now he joins the attack with me. So I gotta go wide, and I'll pass it to the trailer. He's going to attack. Right? We're both going to attack, and we're going to do all that other stuff. Yeah, so Serge can even draw that. So you're going to go up, pass, same thing's happening here, right? Curl. Once he makes the pass, he joins the attack. So pass to the trailer, you keep going to the net, and then all the rest keeps going. On Monday, I put D's here instead. So this is a D. And these are D's. So now the D is going to be the trailer. So he comes up, curls, the D comes up, okay? And I put the coach here instead. So what happened is this, pass to the D, so the D's trailer is going to take a shot. At one point, I know Serge, when he was coaching at a higher level, you didn't want your D's to stop, right? You wanted them to curl. So the D's would come in. Instead of stopping here, you know, if the offensive opportunity is not there, they got to come back, skate back. We had him to take a shot and then back off. He was getting a puck. He was going to take a shot from the point. Maybe the novice don't do that shot from the point, right? So the coach was there like this. Or this is what you do. Once he finishes his attack, the coach puts a puck somewhere. Corner. Now it's a one-on-one. The D needs to stop him from scoring. He needs to attack the net. So it's a one-on-one. Understand? So we start talking about stick on stick, stick in front, you know, all that good stuff. You can have shots from the point. So now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to we did the 2 players. Now we're going to do it with the 2 players from here. So we have this guy and this guy together now, right? And we're going to put D and D here, and here. So you can put the pucks here, for example, whatever you want. So they skate, to the red line. Again, pass to the D, but the D's got to pass to the other guy. Now they're attacking 2 with 1. Trailer or across or whatever. Coach is here. Once the shot is taken, pass to the D takes a shot. The forwards are screening. Coach dumps the puck here. I want 1 cycle now. Forward picks up the puck, pass. Picks up the puck, now the D slides, pass to the D. Show. While they're just passing the red line, the next whistle went. So this guy and this guy now are going this way with this way. Understand? It's constantly going. When they're done, they're done. You know what I mean? Like it's up, you know. Oh, whoa, right here, here. I did that several times with the batting boot. Oh, here, cycle them. If the puck's on the boards, it's tough for the other guy to pick it up. You do some teaching, corrections, up. Now we're getting the cheating part. They don't go to the red line anymore because they're getting tired. So they stop like halfway to the red line and they curl. Oh, we're cheating. You know, so we can teach all through that stuff. So what I'm trying to say is that create game situations in your drills. Like Sir said, sometimes I go to the extreme now. When I see him do something, I'll go home and I write 3 more things that you can add and add and add. It's not complicated. It really isn't. Because I did it with novice to battle. It's modified a bit to their level, whatever. Take any drill that you have. Don't take mine. Take any one you have, being whatever. You can call it a flow drill. Start adding to that. Make it a game situation. Make it real. Right? Make it what. Then what's going to happen is that they're going to start creating, because the pass is not always perfect. When they didn't make a perfect pass, though, I kept yelling, keep going. Because in the game, what are you going to do? Stop? Start over again? No. You're going to keep going. So you have to adjust now. Because the pass was a bad pass here, so you have to stop. You couldn't be offside. You got to stop. You got to stop. Maybe you can chip it. Go get it. And we did some chipping drills. Some chipping passes. So I'm 2. Come on out. He curls. I curl. I get the puck. I chip it. He gets it. I go to the net. The chipping pass. And start working on that, right? So whatever drill you're doing, let's try to make a game situation by adding to it. It's really easy. Really easy. It doesn't have to change that much. Make sense? So that was the sheet I gave you. I try to write every scenarios, and they're easier to do on the ice than they're to write. Trust me. The dump pass, or the cross ice pass, and we're calling it not a dump, it's a pass to your partner. So your partner's driving, and you're in the middle, you get the puck, you put it in the corner, so your partner's going to be first to get to the puck. That to me is a pass compared to a dump. Right? So we can make the difference with the kids on that, right? So that was pretty much it for me. Does it make sense for you guys? Like, we always have that conversation, Dave and I, is that we're trying to take whatever that we see, YouTube or NHL or whatever, and put it to your level. But at the same time, can we do more? Can we do more than we think we can do with our kids without complicating things? That is not necessarily complicated. They have to escape to the red line, pivot, etc. Right? I would do the same thing like Serge did with his skills. If I do a skill, I would build on the skill, build on skill. Make it game situation. If I'm going to do a breakout, I do a ton of those pivots, retrieve, like he was talking, passing, finishing with a shot, finishing with a battle, but it would be all that stuff. Do a ton of those. But they're not just doing the flow breakout. That flow breakout does not exist in your game. I've never seen it. I looked last spring, I haven't seen it yet. Right? It maybe once. I think so last year somebody said, Roland, I saw one. Yeah, because everybody else was changing. There was nobody else on there. There's like a line change for the other team.
You just add stuff.
Just add to it, right? Just keep adding to it. I'm not saying you can't do flows or whatever, right? What I find with flows, if you start that too early, you can't get them to battle anymore. I remember
Focus
one
on
guy
timing.
telling me he was going to be coaching high school one year, and he says, at that age I'm doing a lot of flows. I said, yeah. He said, at Christmas time you'll be back to me and say, Roland, maybe I shouldn't. Well, no. I said, came back to Christmas time and said, Roland, you know what, I can't get them to battle anymore. I can't get them to touch anybody, I can't get them to battle anymore, because I said, you can't just do flows, right? It's just, your flow, it's nice, it looks good, easy for coaches, it looks good, right? So, for example, I gave another example to the coach this week was, if I be doing breakouts and flow like that, I take one kid and say, you can go anywhere you want to disrupt the breakout, you want to break it up, you can do anything you want to score a goal. Oh, shit. Jason is excited, he's at the blue line, he's waiting, so they're doing their breakout and he said, go. He's gone. So they got to break out the puck, they're 5, but he's 1. Trust me, the 1 will have the puck a lot, right? But that's game situation. You get them. At first, what I do is I put the assistant coach to do it, because the assistant coach can put pressure, more pressure, less pressure. Then after that, progress to 1 kid, then 2 kids. So I'm doing my breakout. I'm keeping it going until they attack. So it goes from here to here, 5 on 1. He's going to get the puck. He's going to go on a breaker. He's going to score a goal. So they're all looking at, they'll be all looking at you and say, okay, what's next? No. But it's a game. He's got the puck. Get the puck from him. Then we have to break out. Then we have to attack. And if we don't score, we got to keep going. We got to keep scoring, try to score. But the other guy's trying to break everything up. You understand what I mean? Well, that's fun too. That's fun for everybody, right? Might be frustrating at the beginning because they're looking for you because they're robots. We make them robots, right? They're waiting for the remote control. But in the game, there's no remote control. That's why I'm trying to get you guys to coach you without the remote control. And these are ways to train that, right? Sometimes it's not a perfect pass. It's not going to be beautiful, but we're not stopping. Figure it out. She mentioned in her thing, find a way, figure it out. Serge talked about that too, right? Figure it out, how to get it done. Because in a game, that's what happens. Not always a perfect pass, not always a perfect shot, not always a perfect save, and all that stuff. And if all that doesn't work, blame your goalie.
I blame the ref. I blame the ref.
Any questions? Make sense? Does it make sense? Think you can work that out? Let's try to coach. Let's try to coach outside the X and O's too. I really do.